Hello, 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 everybody. That was a little frantic. Good to see you all on this wonderful Monday night. Yes, we got some storms of brewing over here. We've had storms of brewing for like the last 3 days. It's been a little crazy. It's July. And yes, we get summer storms every once in a while, but these have been major storms bringing like an inch or two every single night for the last 4 nights. But anyway, let me see who is here. Son of a rabbit, you are first, my friend. Nick the Best, thanks for being here. Burn, Nah City, thank you for being here and being a member. 10 minutes to midnight. Dom G, Travelers Travels, good to see you, sir. Thanks for being a member. Savage White Zero, Vinny Del Greco, thanks for being a member. Paddywhack Miner, Black Hat Team, John Germain, Chump Change, thank you for being here, sir. Countdown for a countdown. I'm so excited. Yes, you were just in time. Let's see who else is here. 4J. And before I forget, because I'll probably go by it and not even think about it. Thank you for becoming a member, Caw Valley Crypto. Caw Valley Crypto. Appreciate that. Let's see who else is here. The Toxic Miner. Offshore Miner. Shides, thanks for being a member. Appreciate it. Steven Cicero, again, another member. Appreciate you. Integra Guy, I think he's my longest member. Wow, that came out wrong. Wow. Yes, I hope my power doesn't go out as well. I'm gonna risk fate and say our power doesn't go off often. It does go off. We had it go off once this year. That's all. No, it was a couple weeks ago. Anyway, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Like I said, tempting fate. Yeah, I don't know. Originally, last time I looked at the forecast, it looked like it was going to hit us between like 10 and 11 o'clock tonight. So we're looking at about an hour and a half from now or so. Hour and a half to 2.5 hours. Let's see. Sucker for red, huh? Red plaid. Yeah, I don't have any plaid on right now. It's a little warm. We left nobody was home today, so we left the air conditioning high, and it has not been keeping up. Let's see. Turtle Tech. And of course it jumped on me. There we go. Let's see. Geek of all trades. Thank you, sir. And again, thank you for the recommendation. The first 3 drives. Awesome. They have no bad sectors. So, but I'll go over what I did with that in a bit. Black Sails. I know nothing. I love that name. Thank you for being here. I think you are new here, so I appreciate it. Either that or you renamed yourself. One of the two. Gordon Murray. Hash Rate Junkie. Again, another new person, I think. Chuck Danger 87. Haven't seen you in a bit. Good to see you, sir. Just in case I hadn't said it, Little Time Mining. I don't know if I had said you yet. And going down, I think I'd said Dom G. Oh, and Michael Cartwright gets in just under the wire. Alrighty, guys. Good to see you. So, might as well get into at least what I think is exciting tonight, which is I've been talking about this network attached storage server for a long time in NAS. And finally, I got all the drives in that work and got a good deal on them. Of course, I'm going to keep an eye out on Prime Day to see if there are any better deals. I could always send these back if I had to, or at least call to let's make a deal type of thing. But I haven't seen anything on drives, so I have a feeling there aren't going to be any deals on drives, but we will see. So let me go ahead and share my screen. I don't know. Other people could. I will say hello again. Oh, you can't clip me. Oh, I did that by accident. But now I'm kind of glad I did after what I just said. Oh my God. Let me just see if I actually did that on purpose. Or not that I did it on purpose, but that if I can see where the setting is. Let's see. Not yet. No, I don't see it. I don't see whether or not I can be clipped or not. So yeah, if I did it, did it totally by accident. I'm sorry, I'm going down, looking at some additional settings, seeing maybe if it's down here. Allow embedding. Nope. I don't even see the setting now. But I guess maybe at some point I turned it off. No, I only turned it off for you, chump. That's the only reason. Oh, see, Geek of all. See, I told you I turned off Chump's ability to actually clip me on purpose. But of course, I didn't turn off Geek because he's Geek, he's goat. Anyway. Oh, it's your phone. Got it. I was like, I didn't think I did anything to do that. All right, let me get the stream up. Okay, so here is Unraid. In fact, this is the screen you normally come up. This is actually the beta. This is version 7. I mean, I don't really have much on it, and I imagine that within a month or two, they will actually have full release of it, or at least a release candidate. So I'm not really too worried about losing content on here. I'm going to have a backup somewhere else. But that's kind of what it looks like. So I did. That's what I was saying. That's kind of what it looks like. That's the way it looks. I mean, I guess I can. All right. Well, and then I guess I can scroll over if I need to. I guess it actually just puts it into one column then. But what's cool is, so you see this all says healthy, which is good. 2 of these drives I have not done any testing on. And because I replaced all of the cables, I know a few of these might have been interchanged. So I'm just going to go through and start the, here, I'll show you. Let me go to tools. So this thing down here, this pre-clear disk, I got that from going to apps, and there's apps. And you go in here and you do a search. But anyway, what I did in here was I looked for pre-clear, and there were 2 different apps that you needed in order to do it. Unattached devices. That'll bring up everything. So basically this unassigned devices, not unattached, unassigned devices, and then unassigned devices pre-clear. So I added both of these, obviously you can see because they say installed. And then I can go to tools, go down here to pre-clear disk, and I can start the pre-clear on each one of these. Now, this takes a really, really long time, but because these are refurbished drives, I want to make sure that I completely clear them before I add them into my array. I don't want any funny business. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure that's what the company did, but why take the risk? So basically all I do is I hit start pre-clear, and then I could skip pre-read and post-read, but the pre-read, what was that? Oh, sorry. Let me bring this up a little bit. So anyway, so basically I could click skip pre-read, and if I knew exactly how I had cabled them previously, I would have done that with the first 3, but it really doesn't matter. It's all going to take about the same amount of time. So I am going to just start this one, and then start this one. Oh, this one actually says resume, so it actually remembered. So I can just click resume. That's cool. So it must, oh, it knows that through the serial number. Sweet. I did not know that. I did not know that. Resume. And resume. So those were the 3 that I had already started. And then this one I need to start. All right. So you can see these are now zeroing. And then this one's in pre-read state. Like I said, the last one, I think it was 18 hours in order to pre-read a 10 terabyte drive. But what's cool about it is if you look at, that's not what I wanted. Wrong thing. What I wanted was this. If we go to preview progress, it shows us power on hours, which obviously it's been powered on because I was running the tests, but reallocated sectors, reported incorrect. All of these are 0, which is a very good thing. So that 20 hours is all me, because this one is one that took about 18 to 20 hours to run. So, but anyway, I will take you guys along for the journey. I have started taping some things. I got a long way to go on this, so I'll have plenty of time to tape this and go through it. Although I could always restart it and then cancel it if I wanted to. But anyway, so that's where I'm at right now, is basically cleaning up these drives. Probably take, I'm guessing, a couple of days to complete. And then I will go over here to the dashboard. Oh, not dashboard, main. And then assign 2 of them as parity and parity 2. And then the other 3 is disk 1, 2, and 3. So because these are refurbished drives, I definitely wanted to make sure I had 2 parity drives. And I am not using ZFS. I am going to use XFS, which has its drawbacks, but the big reason why I want to use it is because you can add 1 disk at a time. So that to me is a very important feature. And so that's why I'm going to do that. All right. How much was the license? I believe that license, I haven't paid for it yet. This is still, you can see it's still an Unraid OS trial. I'm pretty sure they just lowered it to $50. So that's not too bad. Let's see. On Top Chat again. Yes, of course I'm on Top Chat because that's what it defaults to. Although I've never, everybody asks me, are you on Top Chat? Well, who am I missing? That's what I want to know. Oh, I did. Wow, how could, you're a freaking mod. How did it not have you? Anyway, hello, Joker. Good to see you, sir. Oh, okay. Yes, we are getting ready for a derecho, or a possible derecho. So we'll see. We'll see. It's weird because it looks more like what you normally typically see as a bow echo. So you'd get like a downdraft from the approaching storm. A derecho typically is a straight line storm directly east to west, and that's not what we're getting here. It's definitely coming from the north. Yes, I'm being my weatherman. So I'm really curious to see what happens. I'm glad I got a little bit of sleep when I got home from work, because I got to get up at 3:30 in the morning, because yes, we're getting slammed with volume again at work. So I'm sorry, Joker. I'm very sorry. What do you want? I gave you a 3060 Ti. Jeez. Sorry. He won. I didn't give it to him. I didn't rig it. Alrighty. Let's see if there's any other tags. Okay. Wow. Thanks. Love you too. Yes, I am clippable. Let's see. Sorry. Going back down to the bottom. Obviously I missed a lot. How much was the license? I did that. I'm no longer on Top Chat. First, he doesn't say my name, and then he ignores my messages. I'm leaving. Well, I hope you're not leaving now. What? WTF is a derecho. Oh, derecho. Derecho is straight line winds. Look it up. Don't you have that at home AI system that can answer that question for you, Goat? All right, I already begged for forgiveness. And Terra lost my 3060 Ti. They did not. They did not. All right. Oh, got it. You meant that the 3060 Ti is at Terra. Got it. Okay. That's a bit different. See how something like that can like start the rumor mill? Words are important. Alrighty. So anyway, so I'm gonna have some fun with this, and like I said, we'll start backing up some stuff, and because start organizing some stuff because we have pictures, videos everywhere. I've got backup disks that I need to go through, and probably at first just going to throw them on here just to make sure we got them all backed up. Dang, it's hot. Why not call it straight line wins? Why call it? Why call it? It is different. It is different. Look it up, man. Look it up. All right, fine. Okay. You're irritating Sunflower Mama Goat. Not a good thing. Yeah. All right. Well, I was going to look it up, but she said, I think it's the ratio. What is a derecho? Let's see. I don't want a video. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I know. I've got it up on the screen. Let me zoom in. I didn't think I was going to be giving like a lesson on yeah. Widespread, long-lived windstorm that is associated with a band of rapidly moving showers or thunderstorms. Although a derecho can produce destruction similar to the strength of tornadoes, the damage typically is directed in one direction along a relatively straight swath. As a result, the term straight-line wind damage sometimes is used to describe derecho damage. By definition, if the wind damage swath extends more than 240 miles and includes wind gusts of at least 58 miles per hour or greater along most of its length, then the event may be classified as a derecho. So that's what a derecho is. And a lot of times when they go out and they see all this damage, because it can, the really, really strong winds can be associated with these, they will look to see the direction of everything being blown over. If it's all one direction, I know it's all going one direction, then it's derecho. Hey, blame Goat. He's the one who was giving me a hard time about it. So there we go. All right. So everybody wants crypto content. or is that just Sunflower Mama that's saying that? Okay. So one other thing I did want to bring up, I missed this. I totally missed this. This was back on the 27th of June. And this was a really important decision by the Supreme Court. And a 6-3 decision, basically the standard 6-3 that we've been seeing. The U.S. Supreme Court ruled that the administrative adjudication by the Securities and Exchange Commission of securities fraud cases seeking civil penalties violates the Seventh Amendment right to a jury trial, significantly curtailing the agency's enforcement power. So basically, it can't send you some type of message or letter saying, hey, you're being investigated, and then say, you know what, we're going to fine you X dollars or something else, and then you just have to pay. No, it has to go to court. So this really hampers the SEC's ability to come after crypto when obviously we all know that they're just after it. So yeah, the U.S. Supreme Court 6-3 decision in securities SEC versus Jarkissi, and this was associated with another project. I can't remember what it was called, and it really doesn't really matter what the case is. It just means that it will be harder for them to prosecute cases like this because it will have to go to court. Yeah, it's going to require a lot more effort on their part. And we all know they haven't fared very well when things have gone to court. So this was a really good thing, and very, very important, extremely important. So very, very glad about that. So anybody else hear about this when it happened? Said I had a derecho push a twig in through my locked sliding glass door, and I was close to 5 stories up. It was 80 plus mile an hour winds. Wow. All right. Wait, I can't dip my pizza in the clouds. It's not ranch. Liking the green board. Yeah, so I'll bring that up now. But anyway, I wanted to bring that up because I saw that today and I'm like, oh, wow, it just happened. And it happened on Saturday. It was just an article that had to be written on Saturday. Then I went back and looked and it actually came out June 27th. So let's take a look at the market. Bitcoin is up, almost up to 65. Loving it. Loving it. Up 15, almost 15% in the last 7 days, up almost 6% in the last 24 hours. Liking it. Ethereum up 6%. Let's see. What else? Cardano's up only 3%, but up 23% over the last 7 days. So it's doing extremely well. Solana's doing pretty much the same as Bitcoin. Doge is up 8%. Really? Poodle with noodles up 200%? Wow. Because he's trolling me. Goat, stop trolling me with that poodle with noodle. Because we looked at that. That doesn't exist. Avalanche up 4.5%. Everything's looking good, especially over the last 7 days. A lot of the key ones, at least the ones that I like, are up over 10% over that period of time. Let's see. Litecoin up 13.5% over the last 7 days. Liking that. I invested a bit while it was in the 60s, and now it's up to 73. I'm liking that. Sorry, Urted. That's between me and him. But let's see. Polygon-Matic up over 10% in the last 7 days. Uniswap kind of lagging a little bit. Wonder if it's still kind of lagging it. But look at that. ICP up 10% and up 43% in the last 7 days. I'll have to look up, and I'll actually look. So Caspa, not even up 10% in the last 7 days. Wah, wah. Litecoin's catching up. Gonna get them. Gonna get them. All right. Well, now we start getting into kind of various things. But let me, oh, look at that. Filecoin up 18%. Liking that. Let me, am I logged in? Yes, I am. Let me go to my watch list. Oh, yeah, now it's looking like a derecho. When I looked at the high resolution refresh earlier, it looked like it was coming more from the northwest. But no, it is definitely coming east to west. And it's going to be here fairly soon. Let's see. So we went over all these. Basically, I wanted to look at the ones over 100. So you got helium up 21% in the last 7 days, up 10% today. Raven coin up 5%, up 16% in the last 7 days. Nice. Flux, look at that. Up almost 25% in the last 7 days. Up about 5% today, though. And HiveMapper doing well. Up over 5% today, 17% for the week. Look at that. Alephium showing some life. 21% up today. That's nice to see. And Dynex is up today, but it is down 14%. That is the one out there that I see that hasn't done well. And I guess Akash hasn't done that well either. Demo's doing well, up 1.5%, but up 14% for the week. And Radiant, wow, look at that, up 39% today. All you doubters out there. I know it's still only at 1/10 of a cent. But hey, it's 40% better than it was yesterday. So got that going for it. Next up, 50% in the last 7 days. That's nice. Pyrin up 4.5%, 13, almost 14%. I'm not sure why I put Ocean in there, but Zephyr is not doing well. Neoxa is not doing great, but hopefully that will turn around. And then Raptorium up 5%. So got it. So you bought it or you got it yesterday? because I actually had 2 on order, and I could have just transferred it to you if you just ordered it, because I was tired of waiting, and I have a camera. So just decided, you know what, enough's enough. I have a camera. It isn't doing that great. A lot of things have changed. I mean, I'm still happy to be making money. I still use it all the time, but I didn't really want to get another one at that point. So maybe I'll regret that decision in the future, but for right now, that's what I decided to do. Let's see. So yeah, he said that. I bought it yesterday, the old one. Oh, you bought it yesterday, the old one used from eBay. Oh, I got it. No, you didn't buy the new one. Got it. Understood. Yeah, same here. I'm not buying it till it's shipping. Yeah, they had my money for a while, but it all got refunded very quickly. So got no complaints. Yeah, and the Hive Mapper, the reason why the rewards aren't as high as they used to be is because before, if you were in a region and you were driving, it was great. If you were in a region and you were driving on roads that basically nobody else had driven on in the last 7 days or last 14 days, you were making a lot more money. But they stopped doing that, I believe, at the end of March. And then they opened up a lot more regions. So people that were driving in areas where they weren't making barely anything, now they're all regions. Like the entire US is a region, basically. Not the same region, but they're all a region. So yeah. And then here, I don't know. Yes, some of this is, let me take a quick screenshot of this and I'll show you my salad returns. There's my salad returns. So it's doing okay. I should have taken the other part too. But basically, I'm making the last 24 hours, I'm making $21. So I'm making somewhere between $20 and $25 a day for the most part. So with 7 rigs, it's 3 4090s, 3 3090s, and 1 4070 Ti. So it's making more, I believe, than it would be making on Vast at this point. But it's kind of like right now, Vast for me on a 4090 is making about $6 a day, equivalent to this. And that's what basically what a 4090 is making. So, Goat says, I'm wondering if I can map when I'm going off-road too. Jeepers need that kind of data. I don't know. Maybe go find out. Try mapping it when you're off-road and see what happens. Yes, I am chopping salad in the derecho. Yes. I know, I got it. Bacon, eggs, and hash. Off-road is the key. I bet that's where all the tokens come from, right? So anyway, so that's how I'm doing with salad. And Vast, I'm doing really well right now. All my rigs that I have, I only have 3 rigs on it right now. I've got the 8 GPU, the 8 4090 rig, 1 4090 rig, and 1 4070 rig. And they are all, well, last time I checked. Now watch, I haven't checked in a couple hours. Yep, that figures. Well, let me just double check. I didn't refresh that. Yeah, 4070 came off. So the 4070 is not rented, but all the 9 4090s are, and that's where most of the money is anyway. And they've been rented for a long time to the same client, at least as far as I can tell. Either that or the client comes off and immediately somebody else comes on. That's possible. So I will have to juggle around some of my 4090s though once I get the other, the Octo server. Once I get that here. So, which should be probably by the end of the month would be my guess when I'll get it. Alrighty. What else did I say I was going to talk about? What else? Oh, here. I'll just go up here. That makes it easy. So I talked about the NAS and salad. We talked about the markets. Talked about the Supreme Court. So now we get to the fun part. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Get rid of that. Let me bring up a different bear with me here 1 second. Okay. Trying to figure out, I think I want to use, yes, Firefox. Because this one has my other Amazon account. And yeah, that's probably just how I'm going to have to do it. You guys will figure out what my first name is. Anyway, which is fine. All right. So when I was looking at this, what's interesting is because my other account's the one with the Prime on it. So I'm wondering if I won't even get the Prime stuff on here, unfortunately. That's a bummer. Really? Can't see Prime Day? Prime Day deals 2024. Not exactly what I was looking for. Well, let's do this because I know there's a bunch of CPU deals. Yeah, because there's this one. What's weird is they have all these deals, and then, but they're not. It's not even Prime Day. Like this one ends in 5 hours. It just seems kind of odd. But yeah, there's some really good deals. If we look at like the 5900X for $224, that's crazy. That is crazy. Miners. I don't see anything when I pull up miners. Probably because there's not any Prime Day deals would be my guess. Oh, yeah, there aren't any Prime Day deals, but that's interesting. I didn't realize. This just seems crazy to me that people would sell these miners, these ASICs on Amazon. Because what's to stop somebody? Let's just go into here. So returns eligible for return, refund, or replacement within 30 days of receipt. Okay, guys, we have a tornado warning. Let me take a look. Okay, so we're out of the. Okay, so we are okay for now. Let's take a look. I don't want that. I want radar. Radar. Of course, I hate this because they don't put on. Well, what do you use on the computer? What do you use on the computer? Yeah, that's my point. We all have great apps on our phones, but on here, the problem is Weather Channel doesn't show any alerts or anything, which is really annoying. Give me a second. I'm going to pull it up on my phone. Well, I'm talking, but I want to find this. You got to put your hand behind it, otherwise it won't focus. Let's see. Where are we? We're actually not in the box. We're close. The part of the city that we're in is in the box, but we are not. So we're safe for the moment. So, but we are pretty much surrounded. Well, here, I'll show you. That's us right there. Let me do that. And then there's the 3 boxes just to the west of us that kind of are north, west, and south. Well, northwest, west, and southwest of us. So we'll definitely have to keep an eye on that. So I might have to cut the stream a little short, but I will keep talking. All right. So now the I just find this really interesting because somebody could grab this, mine on it for 25 days. You know, if you want to really make sure you do it for 29 days and return it on the 30th day. There's nothing that stops them from doing that. I wonder how many people actually do that over and over and over again just to get some free money. Probably not so much right now because of the cost of electricity, but I don't know. That's kind of interesting. All right. Cipher Power, Bitmain. Obviously just a reseller. Well, the siren's gone. Well, one of the sirens is gone. I think they turned ours off, but they left the other ones going. That's what they did. They realized that we weren't in it. So we have a siren like literally 200 feet away from our house. But it's that way and the window's that way. So it isn't like super loud in here. In our bedroom upstairs that faces that direction, oh yeah, it's loud. Very loud. Let's see, what else do we got here? New Ice River. What the heck? Somebody's putting their own branding on an Ice River KS0 for KS0 Ultra for $466. That's crazy. Man, I think Ice Rivers are crazy right now anyway. BitX has come down, only $175. I'm sure it's probably getting some pressure from the Canon Nano. But yeah. A nerd miner. I think this is what this is. I think that's what that is. That's a nerd miner. I got this at from Serpent at Mining Disrupt. Haven't played with it yet. New Gold Shell Mini Doge 3 for $7.99. I have paid no attention to these prices. I have no idea whether that's a good price or a bad price. If Hawk's here, I'm sure he could comment on that. But yeah, I mean, they have ASICs. But probably not the best. Well, I mean, like I said, unless you're going to employ the strategy of purchasing it, mining on it until like the 28th, 29th day, and then returning it, that's why you buy from Amazon. Otherwise, just probably buy from somewhere else for a lower price. Oh, I didn't even notice that there's the other nerd miner listing up here too as well. Cool. All right, but like I said, the one thing I thought that was cool was the CPUs. Because there's some really decent deals. I don't know why anybody would be buying the Intel 1300 series or 1400 series at this point, considering all the problems they've had. That has been well documented by many YouTubers. But yeah, so 5900X for 224. There was also one. I think the 5950X was it was right around 300. I don't remember if it was above or below $300. But again, I mean, a 5700X for $160. That's not quite as good a deal as this, but still a good deal. 5500 6-core for less than $100, $87. That's amazing. I would definitely get that over the 5600X at that price. That price is amazing. 7950X for $464. I don't think that's a crazy good deal, but still a good deal. There was 7900X. That was the one. 327. That's a damn good deal. It's a little bit better at cost per core, I think, by doing my quick math, than the 7950X 3D. And I wanted to look to let's see, 7900. Oh, that's interesting. 7900 X3D actually costs less. I'm sure that's because that's a Prime Day deal. While I guess the 7900X is as well with Prime. 342. That's interesting. I don't know why that would be the case. Oh yeah, here it is. 5950X, under $300. I got an open box that I bragged about for the NAS server that I'm just deploying now for $290. So I mean, it still has full warranty and everything, so I'm not worried about it. But that's a crazy good deal. That's like open box pricing. I know it's a little dated technology, but it's still very, very good. All right, what else do you guys want to look up for Prime Day pricing? What else are you guys interested in? Obviously, TVs are big. All right, let's see what other comments we got over here. I haven't looked. Use Wonderground for the maps. You can select all different types of things you want to see. Okay. There's a terrible weather event coming. Details at 10. Well, it has to be earlier than that because it's almost here. Like I said, you have to understand it's extremely rare when our power goes out. I know I'm tempting fate by doing it, but by saying that. But I mean, I went over 2 years without a power outage. Everything we have over here is underground. And the substation has multiple feeds to it. So, I mean, obviously the feeds to the substation could go out. There's definitely that possibility. But the outage we recently had was not in bad weather. It was just hot, and whatever happened, it just probably something caught fire probably. And we were back on within 2 hours. But it had nothing to do with any storms. And that's typically the way things work around here is oh my god, you can tell I'm sweating. It's so warm in here. But yeah, that's typically how it happens around here. We don't get power outages with that said, I do have a battery backup for my sump pump because that's one thing I will not risk. And it's good having the backup pump for when it gets crazy as far as rain amounts in a short period of time. We have all of our downspouts, dug and away from the house, but sometimes it's just such a big event that, your system, especially if you had a lot of rain, it's just going to get overwhelmed. So it's nice having that secondary pump to help alleviate some of the strain on the first pump that's just going nonstop. So allows it to kind of get to a lower level, and then it pumps and raises type of thing. So, but like I said, that's extremely, extremely rare when that happens. I think it's only happened by itself, not with anything being clogged. I think it's only happened twice in the over 30 years we've been here. But yeah, tonight I will definitely be watching that because we've had a lot of rain. So anything else you guys are interested in with, tag me if you do. Anything else you guys are interested in with, I'm so small, with Prime Days? Are you guys excited about Prime Days, or is it just a ho-hum? Urta, at the end of the month, the AMD CPUs are going to drop even more with the release of the 9000 series release. Yeah, you might be right. You might be right. I'm thinking that they'll drop even more around Christmas, but Crypto for Seniors, power was out last night. Lines underground. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely possible. Definitely possible. Integra guy, let's see. I have overhead lines, have a 5,000 watt generator standing by, have a switchover before my main panel. I've been looking into doing batteries for the house, so that in the summer when we have an outage like we had, I can still continue to use solar. Because if we have a power outage when it's sunny out, your solar gets shut off. Your whole system is off. And all that power is just going to waste, basically. With batteries, you don't have that issue because now you have you have a load. The risk is that if you are using less power than what the solar panels are producing, that load has to go somewhere, and if it doesn't have anywhere to go, it creates heat and obviously possibility of a fire. That's why when there's a disconnect from the inverter, that basically happens when the power is out. So anyway, I was looking at getting batteries. One very interesting thing. So we have what we call a line side tap. So what that means, I guess sometimes they call it a load side tap. But anyway, what it means is that the connection for our solar panels is actually right at the box, right at the meter, I should say. And now they have a collar that you can put on your meter. Basically, you take the meter off, you put this new collar on, and then the battery cable snaps into that, and then the meter goes on the end. So you can have a load or line side tap for your batteries. So I thought that was amazing. That's brand new. So the cost of battery systems has come down a lot. And a lot of that has to do with the labor that's required. And that's one of the big things, is having that ability to add that collar is huge, because otherwise you had to basically add it into a circuit breaker. And for us, if we were going to do that, we would have to get a new circuit breaker. And at that point, I would probably just upgrade to 200 amp at that point. But yeah, you'd have to get that. So without that, I could hook into that and run basically the batteries. I don't know. I'm guessing that they probably wouldn't want to leave the batteries outside because of the heat, because it's right on the sunny side of the house. There's just like nothing shading it. And but they probably would run it into the garage. And now with the new batteries, there's really no risk of fire. These are lithium phosphate, I think is what they're called, batteries. And so they are much more stable and don't have those same risks. So, and the cost of them, cost of lithium, for example, is coming way down. So we'll see where the prices go, but definitely the pricing, due to reduced labor in order to install them. I mean, it used to take 2 guys like 2 days to install. Now it can take 2 guys like 3 hours to install a battery system, depending on, where you want everything run, of course. Mine would be really simple. The hardest part would actually just be getting through the wall, whether you do it at the bottom and you go under the siding, or if you just go straight through the siding, I don't know. But yeah, just going over just a little bit and then putting the batteries on the other side in the garage would be how I would think that they would want to do it. But anyway, I've been toying with that. I haven't gotten any quotes yet, but yeah. And then don't forget, watch Chump Series. I haven't seen his last video. I know that he did a video on getting his rack set up in his trailer. I always think of it as a shed. So go check that out. Definitely live vicariously through him. Let's see. I need a battery setup like Chump Change. Actually, my battery setup would be a bit different because I'm grid tied. So that's the big thing that would be a difference. But yeah, I don't know. I'd also have to see like how big of a battery I'd want. So also with me, one of the reasons why I want battery is because I would be able to take advantage of the variable rate power. So I'd be able to charge the batteries up at night, not from the solar panels. I'd be charging the batteries up at night when the cost of power is low. And then when we have these really high events, I would be able to discharge the battery and not pull from the grid. So now the other part of that is, and it hasn't happened, well, let's just put it this way. Commonwealth Edison has not openly disclosed any virtual power plant programs. But I've been reading up, and it sounds like there's some like third-party virtual power plant programs, but I think they're all commercial. I don't think they're residential. But don't quote me on that. I'm still looking into it. But between playing the variable rate thing of 3 cents on either side day after day after day, and sometimes more, and being available as a virtual power plant, because with a virtual power plant, there's only a couple of events throughout the year. It's basically kind of like curtailment in a way. The more power you put into the grid on these high demand days that they basically do a call out, hey, we need power, your virtual power plant, here's your chance to make some money, like good money, just like curtailment. And so usually only like 3 or 4 events. So that would be awesome. And basically the one guy was saying he lived up in CanaKit, and I believe he said that he would make somewhere on the range of like $800 to $850 based on past history, $800 to $850 a year from these virtual power plant events. So anyway, so I'm looking into that. Ways off from executing anything like that, but it is fascinating how you can really take advantage of the Inflation Reduction Act with their 30% deduction, as well as all these other incentive type programs out there from the power companies. So, all right, let's see. What did I miss? Carl Cote said you need a battery set. Oh, you already said that. Amplifier Gaming. What's up, Max? How's it going today? It's going pretty good. It's going pretty good. I was a little crazy at work today, but tomorrow's going to be a little calmer. It's the calm before the storm on Wednesday and Thursday. We got big days coming up. So, yeah, got to be at work at 5 a.m., so I got to get up at 3:30. That is right now about 6 hours and 15 minutes away. Yeah, I won't be going to sleep for a while because of the storms coming in. And let's see. Where are the storms at now? By the way, the dot is not where I'm at. Oh, yep. Just a few minutes away. We'll see. Do you see, like, on radar scope, do you see the line? Like, is there like a downdraft? Okay. No downdraft with this storm. Okay. All right. AMA time. What do you guys have questions for me about? Amplifier Gaming. Having troubles with my gaming PC. Gonna have to take it to a repair place. Not too excited about it. What? What? You can't troubleshoot it? What kind of troubles are you having, Amplifier Gaming? What kind of troubles? What troubles you, my good sir? Let's see. Yep, eco mode will keep the PSU fan turned off. Oh, by the way, that was another reason why I decided to go with XFS, because it will spin down disks that aren't active. So it will have a lower power. Now, certainly running it on a a 5950X is not exactly the best power savings, but I plan on running other things on it, running it like running containers and VMs and things on it. So plan on doing that. All right. Exactly. Nismo Miner. Let's help him out. Oh, daddy, chill. Format C:. No, don't do that. That's like everybody saying, oh, you got a problem? Hit Alt F4. Don't do that. Oh, that's a king troll. He loves that one. Goat says, I put a battery backup with auto transfer switch inverter on my sump pump. I feel much better now. Yeah, that's what. Well, I have a secondary pump. That's just the way I put mine in. At that time, it was like a given, kit, shall we say. That's the way Glenair did theirs. And so now I'm not using lead acid anymore. I'm using, I forget what it's called, but I don't need to fill it water anymore, which is great. That was such a pain. Amplifier Gaming says, ctfmon.exe, the system detected an overrun of a stack-based buffer in this application. This overrun could potentially allow a malicious user to gain control of this application. Have you done a Google search on it? I'm guessing you probably have. What is CTF-Mon? Oh, that's not good. That is not good. So my light, if you notice, just got really bright all by itself, which it does when it like turns off. My computer's still good. Router and cable modem is still good. But yeah, we had a little decrease in the power right there, because this light will do that. Like I said, when it detects it's off and it turns back on, like if the power goes off and the power goes back on, this light turns on automatically. It's here. So I'm going to end the stream now. That wasn't lightning. Yeah. No, I'm just going to end the stream now. I've been on for an hour. And yeah, so tornado warning until 10 p.m. So for the next 40 minutes. So I am going to go down to the basement, and I will see you guys later. Appreciate you guys all being here. There is a tornado warning. So before, when those sirens were going off, it didn't affect our area. Now it is. I'm sure the sirens will go back off here shortly. They should anyway. But we have a town that is very far east-west. And so sometimes they just throw all of them on. And that's what they did this time. And they shut ours off, and we can still hear the ones out west. But now it's getting close to us. So I'm going to let you guys go. Appreciate you guys all being here. Sorry I couldn't help you more, Amplifier Gaming. Hit me up in DM. I don't think I'll be able to do anything tonight, but you know, depending on how quickly you need to get it back up, maybe later on this week or the weekend. Alrighty, guys. Thank you guys all for being here. I appreciate it. Sorry for the short notice and abrupt ending. Have a good night. The General is out. See you guys.